Overdrive. Today we check out the newly launched Jeep Grand Cherokee, take a closer look at British sports car maker McLaren's offerings for India, and find out what's changed in the updated Volvo XC40. Hello and welcome to Overdrive. I am Soini Dutt. Jeep India has launched the 5th generation Grand Cherokee in its new avatar, and in this avatar it has become a more luxurious SUV. Here's Tuhin with all the details.
The Jeep Grand Cherokee is back in India, and in this 5th generation, guys, it continues to offer that tough, outdoorsy feel that you expect of a Jeep, wrapped up in all the trappings of a luxury SUV. But as we will see in this walk around, things have moved on quite a bit from there. Now this new Grand Cherokee carries the typical Jeep family face, so you have that slim LED headlamp, those big deep set 7-slat grille with the wide sort of air dam. But it's also functional. For example, there has been thought given to approach angles. As you can see how this car is placed here. So the bumper is not too extended forward, so there's still good approach angle. So that functional but stylish design theme carries over to the side as well. And yes, you do have this quite attractive D-pillar design. But if you look at the glass area, it's large, the belt line is low, so visibility is not going to be so much of an issue, hopefully. And there's more functionality in the form of ground clearance. There's 215 mm of it. The water wading depth is 533 mm, again a good figure. And you also get these quite nice looking 20-inch wheels as standard. Now we brought you to another car, one we can actually open and show you what the Grand Cherokee is like from the inside. To start with, we will show you the boot. You have a powered tailgate and a large boot space. Now the international model has over 1000 litres, but of course that's not true for the India spec car because it has a large spare wheel. It's not full size, still 18 inches, but of smaller dimensions, so it's still a space saver, but just not of the full size. And this is how you close it. Now step inside the Grand Cherokee and it really is quite impressive, exactly what you would expect from a large luxury SUV. To start with the design, so you have this layered sort of look to it where this wood, again a very nice feeling wood veneer meets the leather surfaces. This is really nice stitching. It's very modern, taut kind of design to the whole place. The start-stop button, the way it's placed and so on. So it's a really striking, really crisp place to spend time in. Now if you like your screens, then the Grand Cherokee well and truly has you covered. To start with, you have a 10.25-inch instrument cluster, a large 10-inch head-up display which is again fully color, gives you a lot of information clearly in front of you. You have this 10.1-inch screen, again quite similar to the Compass, but again that's not a bad thing at all because of how useful that screen anyway is to begin with. But here's the real highlight. The passenger too gets a 10.25-inch screen where you can watch videos. The passenger can watch a video, but if you're seated here as a driver, there's a film over it, so the driver will never really be distracted by it. Anyway, it's got quite a low brightness. You get, of course, a panoramic sunroof, you get 4-zone climate control, you get heated and cooled seats, you get a heated steering wheel, you get fully powered seats, a head-up display like we just mentioned. So in terms of features, there's really nothing to hold the Grand Cherokee back. You also get this screen again for the rear camera. So looking out, visibility rearward, say when you're off-roading or if the camera is dirty, is not going to be a problem at all. You see this? That's the sensor for the ADAS, which is really one of the big highlights of the Grand Cherokee. So you have the full suite of level 2 ADAS functions. Of course, over and above that, you get a decent list of passive safety features. You get 8 airbags, you get TPMS, the mirror that we just showed you on the inside, and you get 360-degree cameras as well. Now, of course, if you've bought something like the Grand Cherokee, the rear seat is going to be very important to you. And if, of course, you have these large Alpine speakers as an Alpine audio system, the panoramic sunroof helps you with that sense of airiness, the sense of space that you so want in a car like this. So that's, of course, there. You have a high floor, so getting in is maybe slightly difficult. And you slightly sit in an ease-up position, but aside from that, you have this center armrest. You can recline this seat to a very comfortable angle, a good view out. You have this rear sunshade. So the Grand Cherokee is really going to be a comfortable car in the city or even on longer road trips. Now with the Jeep Grand Cherokee, you get a single engine option. It's a 2-liter turbo petrol, but it makes a fairly potent 272 PS and 400 Newton meters, and it mates to the 8-speed ZF Autobox. Now you get a 4x4 system, which will send up to 100% of the torque either to the front or the rear axle, or it can even do it side to side and does it automatically through that select terrain, those terrain modes that we showed you inside. So it does that too as well. So in terms of off-roading capability, it's also quite good, as you would expect a Jeep to be. Now the Jeep Grand Cherokee is priced at rupees 77.5 lakh. That undercuts traditional luxury SUVs like the Mercedes GLE. But remember, you get a whole load of tech like ADAS, a long list of features, that Jeep capability, and a nice turbo petrol engine. So with all that said, we think the Jeep Grand Cherokee really has a good shot at making an impact in this luxury SUV segment.
At 77.5 lakh rupees ex-showroom, the Jeep Grand Cherokee is pretty expensive, and considering in the market which also has luxury brands like Mercedes, Audi and BMW at the same price range, would you want to shell that kind of money for a Jeep Grand Cherokee? Let us know in our comment section on our YouTube channel. We'll be back after a very short break to tell you all about McLaren's debut in India.